You there! Hold fast! I've tracked this damned bear for 2 weeks. I'll not let it have any more victims.
Isran needs your help.
Isran? Needing someone else's help? Never thought I'd hear that. I'm afraid he's a few years too late. I've moved on. I have more important business to attend to. Besides, he can handle anything alone. He assured me so himself. What could he possibly need my help with?
We're up against vampires.
Vampires? That might change things. Tell me more about what's going on.
We're not sure, but they have an Elder Scroll.
By the 8th. Alright, look. I'll consider it. But I can't just leave this bear to prey on more innocent people. Once it's dealt with, then perhaps I'll see what Isran expects of me. Don't know how well I'd have managed by myself. You have my thanks. You've helped me, so I suppose the least I can do is find out what Isran wants. He's still at that fort near Stendar's beacon, I assume.
Yes, he said to meet him at Fort Dawnguard.
Of course he did. He's been working on that place for years now. Never lets anyone in. His own little fortress. Well, I guess I'll get to see what he's been up to all this time. I'll meet you there. All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against. Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Serene, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use. In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you. Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we? I knew it would come to this one day. I knew. And no one believed.
I need training in heavy armor.
You already know as much as I do. And that's a compliment.
Can you tell me more about the old Dawnguard?
Only what I've heard. Back in the Second Era, the Jarl of Riften had a son. Adventurous type. Too much for his own good, it seems. Wound up turning into a vampire. The Jarl, unable to kill his own son, spent a fortune building this keep and hiring men to guard it. Their job was to keep the Jarl's son contained within. They took it seriously, and served honorably. They were eventually forced to put him down. The Jarl banished them from the hold, but they stuck to their cause. Fought vampires wherever they found them. I aim to continue that mission.
What can I do to help?
Serene needs help with her project to improve our crossbows. And if that doesn't interest you, speak with Gunmar. He has something for you. Watch your back. So let's hear it.
The subject has revealed under torture the whereabouts of 5 relics the vampires believe can imbue their kind with additional abilities, making them particularly destructive to mortals. These relics are said to be the remains of ancient vampires, with rituals intended to utilize ancient blood to enhance vampiric abilities planned. It is well known that the vampiric bloodlines convey a vast variety of supernatural abilities. Similarly, vampires have always believed the most ancient of those bloodlines convey more power than younger bloodlines. Our records show numerous wars between vampire clans that ended with the victors consuming, quite literally, the defeated. Some were even waged for this express purpose. It is difficult to determine whether the victorious clans truly grew stronger from the cannibalism. However, if there is any chance these remains do contain the capacity for the enhancement of vampiric abilities, it is in the best interest of mankind that they be obtained by any means possible, and subsequently destroyed. Stendar willing. Placing them into the fire at his beacon will be sufficient to destroy them. Otherwise, we're going to need to dig a really deep hole. Per the subject, the remains and their whereabouts are as follows. Mummified vampiric arm, hand attached, in the keeping of a small clan in Broken Fang Cave. Mummified hands, recently unearthed in a partially collapsed ruin west of Rorikstead. Mummified head in the possession of the clan at Bloodlet Throne, believed to be linked to Valkyrie's Jarl or his ancestors. Mummified rib cage, worshipped and maintained by a clan operating at a den in the vicinity of Clear Pine Pond in the hills above Dragonbridge. Mummified vampiric leg, possessed by a clan operating somewhere within Hjelmarch.
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
What are you doing here?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please, just listen before your friend here loses his patience. Well, It's about me and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
What about the scroll?
The reason I had it, and why I was down there. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you've figured out this part already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards. He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
What sort of prophecy?
It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun, have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
What's all this have to do with the Dawnguard?
I'm sorry. I had heard there were vampire hunters here. I thought they might want to know about a vampire plot to enslave the rest of the world. Was I wrong?
No, you're right. We just have to convince the others you're on our side.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
Because we're going to need her help.
Why? Because of that story about the prophecy about some vampire trying to put the sun out? Do you actually believe any of that?
Why else would she risk her life to come here?
Who knows? Maybe it has a death wish. Maybe it's just insane. I don't really care. It can stay for now. But if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry. So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me. Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
Who can?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away in Cyrodiil.
Some Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by. Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it. You want to find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
Where would a Moth Priest actually go?
Well, back before you know. The College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go to for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit. Ready when you are. Do you need something?
So here we are again.
Here we are.
Quite the family reunion, I would say.
Yes. The welcome I received felt really cold, even by vampire standards. My father. After all these years, that's the first thing he asked me. I trust you have the scroll. Yes, I have the scroll, gods.
I'm sorry about that.
Thanks. Sorry, I have a whole host of emotions I don't know how to deal with. My family. It probably wasn't what you'd call normal.
It's okay. Come on, we've got a Moth Priest to find.
Yeah, let's move. I'm glad you're here with me. Yes, Dragonborn?
Do you have a moment to talk?
Oh? What is it?
How often do you need to feed?
Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind.
Don't you think we could relate to them?
Yeah, actually. What's the plan?
Do you have a moment to talk?
All right.
Do you have any fond memories as a child?
I do, actually. You may think it's kind of weird, but I enjoyed playing with the rats by our castle Undercroft. That became my own little hideout for a while, where I'd go to when I just wanted some peace and quiet. It was also near the sea. Even when I became a vampire, I still did enjoy the breeze and fresh air. Anything natural and calm, really, just to get me away from all that was happening at my home with my father. Usually when he was in a bad mood.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew, and no one believed.
Finally, a place where I'm in my element.
Perhaps we lower them a few decades.
So,
Archmage or not,
Skyrim.
my rules about books
Someone
still
like that is
stand.
bound to attract attention. I can't imagine anything less than a full patrol of legionnaires
All this knowledge
escorting
might have
them.
been lost were it not for you. I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you go through me.
I need to find a Moth Priest.
A Moth Priest? What in Oblivion do you need a Moth Priest for?
My business is my own. Just tell me what I need to know.
Fine, fine. No need to get your britches in a twist. The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. The Moth Priest make their home in the White Gold Tower. Sometimes they go out looking for Elder Scrolls. Lucky for you, there's a Moth Priest in Skyrim right now, doing just that. He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there.
What now, Archmage? You going to do some exciting admin and paperwork? Ooh, I can't wait.
Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter.
What do you think of this place?
The College of Winterhold. I've read about this place, but never really been here myself. It's a bit underwhelming, to say the least. Everything just seems so crumbly. Well, that's more for the main city, if you'd even call it that. But the college doesn't seem to be in the best shape either. It also doesn't help that most of the locals here despise the college, at least from what I've heard.
Can you smell magicka in the air too? It smells like a...
Wow. Are you seeing this?
Yes, Serana?
Check it out! The college has got so many books here. I've never been to a proper library before. We kind of had one back on the island, but can you compare that to this? To think, all the countless books they have stored here. The decades, the eras of knowledge. The tales of stories of heroes of old, fables, legends, all sorts of narratives. I know we have important things to do, but don't you think it would be a good idea if we'd relax here for a bit? Just browse what they have to offer.
Sure.
And you don't have to keep dawdling there like a thrall. Come on, see if there's anything you'd like to read.
Chasing off to Onmund's locker because he's too snowback to get it himself. You're not his bloody mother.
If I'd been on guard at the Thalmor embassy, wouldn't nobody be disturbing that party? Staying safe, I hope?
Know anything about a moth priest visiting Dragonbridge?
Ah, so that was a moth priest then. He rode through town not long ago with an escort of soldiers. They didn't stop, just headed south, across the Dragon Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's late. People will be sleeping. I should wait. Looks like the filthy blood-sucking people's here. Hope that priest is all right.
Vampire's Note by Malchus. New orders from Malchus. I have new orders for you. Prepare an ambush just south of the Dragon Bridge. Take the Moth Priest to Forebear's holdout for safekeeping until I can break his will. Malchus.
Resist you, monster. I must.
There's someone there.
Well, that's a bit funky, isn't it?
But my master is dead, and his enemies will pay. I knew I got something. Here we go. My blade is thirsting for blood. Wait, stop! I yield! That wasn't me. You were fighting. Thank the divines for you.
Are you all right?
I'm quite all right, thanks to you. Dexian Evicus is my name. I'm a moth priest of the White Gold Tower. These vampires claimed they had some purpose in store for me, but they wouldn't say what. Probably hoping to ransom me, the fools.
I know why they needed you. Because we need you for the same purpose.
You do? All right then, enough mysteries.
We're called the Dawnguard, and we need you to read an Elder Scroll.
You have an Elder Scroll? Remarkable. If my knowledge of history serves me, I recall that the Dawnguard was an ancient order of vampire hunters. I will be happy to assist you with your Elder Scroll. Just tell me where I need to go.
You can find us at Fort Dawnguard near Stendar's Beacon.
Very well. I'll hurry on my way there before more of those vampires turn up.
At least they need him alive. Although to be a thrall, I can't begin to imagine. Are you sure we can trust her?
What choice do we have? We need her.
We only need her for information. Those bloodsuckers make my skin crawl.
Trust me on this, please.
I trust you. It's her I don't trust.
We should give her a chance. She risked her life coming here.
I suppose you're right.
Songs of the Return, Volume 56. The Final Tale of the Cryon, part of the traditional legend of Ysgramor and his 500 companions. The Songs of the Return are eternal and numerous. For those first 500, those companions of Ysgramor, who cleared the way for mankind's rightful habitation, burned with a fire not seen since those days long past. Each ship carried a crew that performed legendary feats that could feed the pride of any nation for 1,000 years. And during this time of the broadening, scores of companions wandered the land, bringing the light of the proper gods to the heathen land of elves and beasts. They were but mortal, though, and in time, all would taste the glories of Sovngarde. It was in one of the uncounted years after the retaking of Sarthal that the crew of the Cryon was declaring their fortunes in the eastern lands near the Red Mountain. They were encamped, surrounded by bodies of murderous elves who had attempted to make them believe they held peace in their hearts. The shrewd Rorlak was the Cryon's captain, though, and would show no quarter to the liars of the Southlands, as had been commanded by his lord Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. It was in this state of carousing that they were approached by a young and breathless messenger of their sister crew from the Kalkaz. The boy, Asgir, as his name is now sung, had run unimaginable distance at breakneck speed from the blood-stained fields of the clouded sun to deliver the news to all who would hear. When he reached their camp, he bellowed a great sob before relieving his heart with the news that the mighty Ysgramor had breathed his last. Asgir continued his swift run to inform the other crews as quickly as they could be found, for there were many now crawling the land, rendering our legacy from their deeds, and the camp of the Cryon descended into a mourning of the most forlorn sort. Among these fires sat the bravest men and fiercest women who have ever graced the dirt of this land, and they were brought low by such a notion. While we in the dayshine know only Ysgramor's glory as it gleams through history, these companions knew his might with their own eyes, and such a loss hangs so heavily on the heart that mere words cannot express the altering of their world. For indeed, the stories tell that Rorlak, the most battle-hardened and unflinching of all captains, did collapse with grief, and never lifted again his mighty axe. And all around Tamriel, as the news spread as a dark cloud washes from horizon to horizon, did brilliant lights go out in silent honor of their fallen general and war leader. So ended the period of the Return, and the original glories of the 500 companions of Ysgramor, harbinger of us all. Souls, black and white. A scholar's look at the souls of man and beast. The nature of the soul is not knowable. Every wizard that has attempted it vanishes without a trace. What can be known is that souls are a source of mystic energy that can be harvested. Every creature, living or dead, is powered by a soul. Without it, they are just lumps of flesh or piles of bone. This animating force can be contained within a soul gem, if the soul gem has the capacity. From the gem, the power can be used to power magical items. Centuries of experimentation has demonstrated that there are black souls and white souls. Only the rare black soul gem can hold the soul of a higher creature, such as a man or an elf. While the souls of lesser creatures can be captured by gems of many colors, they are all categorized as white soul gems, hence the division of souls into black and white. White souls are far safer than black souls, although not as powerful. Beginning students of mysticism should not dabble in black souls or black soul gems. Even if one were to ignore the guild strictures against the necromantic arts used to power black soul gems, it is dangerous to the caster to handle them for long. If the gem is not precisely the size of the encased soul, small bits of the caster's soul may leak into the gem when it is touched. Sovngarde, a Re-Examination by Beredit Yaston. Speculation regarding Sovngarde, the Nordic Hall of Valor. Death. It is something we all face. Or do we? Just ask the nearest Nord what he thinks of the end of life, and you'll likely be treated to a horrific story of blood, bone and viscera, of courageous deeds and heartbreaking sorrow. Carnage notwithstanding, there may be even more to death than the average Nord warrior realizes. New evidence suggests a life beyond the battlefield, where a valiant Nord may live forever, downing mead and engaging in contests of strength and skill. But in order to fully understand the possibility of a Nord's eternal life after death, one must first re-examine the legends surrounding that most wondrous of warriors' retreats, Sovngarde. According to the ancient writings and oral traditions of the Nords, going back as far as the late Merethic era, there exists a place so magnificent, so honored, that the entrance lies hidden from view. Sovngarde it is called, built by the god Shor to honor those Nords who have proven their mettle in war. Within this Hall of Valor, time as we know it has no meaning. The concepts of life and death are left on the doorstep, and those within exist in a sort of self-contained euphoria, free of pain, suffering, and the worst malady a Nord could suffer, boredom. But just how well hidden the entrance to Sovngarde is has been a matter of much scholarly debate, and there are those who believe Shor's Great Hall is just a myth, for there are no actual accounts from Nords who have experienced the wonders of Sovngarde and then returned to tell the tale. Not that this has stopped anyone from looking. Some Nords spend a lifetime searching for the mysterious hidden entrance to Sovngarde. Most return home sad and broken, their hearts heavy with failure. They'll never know the pleasure of a mead flagon that never empties, or a wrestling tournament without end. What, some may ask, does the entrance to Sovngarde have to do with death? Everything, according to a series of ancient parchments recently discovered in the attic of a deceased Nord's home in Cyrodiil. What at first seemed to be a series of love letters was later found to be a correspondence between one Felga Fourfingers, a medium of some note, and the ghost of a Nord warrior named Rolf the Large. According to the parchments, Rolf had spent his entire life searching for the entrance to Sovngarde, without success. He was returning home to his village in Skyrim when he was waylaid by a band of giants. Rolf fought bravely, but was quickly killed, and the giants proceeded to play catch with his head. Amazingly, all of this was seen by Rolf in ghostly form as he drifted away from the scene, soaring upwards into the heavens, where he finally arrived, in the magnificent hall of Sovngarde. Rolf could not believe his good fortune, and his foolishness for having not realized the truth so many years before, for death was the entrance to Sovngarde. So he was told by Shor himself, who greeted Rolf the Large as a brother, and personally handed him a leg of roast mutton and the hand of a comely wench. Sovngarde, Shor told him, can be entered by any Nord who dies valiantly in honorable combat. It is time for Nords to learn the truth. Eternal life can be theirs, without the need to spend an entire mortal life in vain pursuit of something completely unattainable. In the end, all valiant Nords can enter Sovngarde. Dismemberment, decapitation, or evisceration seems a small price to pay for the chance to spend an eternity in Shor's wondrous hall. Spirit of Nirn. Opinions of the god Lorkhan and the origin of creation. Lorkhan is the spirit of Nirn, the god of all mortals. This does not mean all mortals necessarily like him or even know him. Most elves hate him, thinking of creation as that act which sundered them from the spirit realm. Most humans revere him, or at least aspects of him, as the herald of existence. The creation of the mortal plane, the mundus, Nirn, is a source of mental anguish to all living things. All souls know deep down that they originally came from somewhere else, and that Nirn is a cruel and crucial step towards what comes next. What is this next? Some wish to return to the original state, the spirit realm, and that Lorkhan is the demon that hinders their way. To them, Nirn is a prison, an illusion to escape. Others think that Lorkhan created the world as the testing ground for transcendence. To them, the spirit realm was already a prison, that true escape is now finally possible. Spirit of the Daedra, a look into the Daedric mindset. How you should know us. Death, defeat, and fear. We do not die, and we do not fear death. Destroy the body, and the animus is cast into the darkness. But the animus returns. But we are not all brave. We feel pain and fear it. We feel shame and fear it. We feel loss and fear it. We hate the darkness and fear it. The scamps have small thoughts and cannot fear greatly. The Vermeil have no thoughts and cannot fear. The Dremora have deep thoughts and must master fear to overcome it. The clan bond. We are not born. We have not fathers nor mothers, yet we have kin and clans. The clan form is strong. It shapes body and thought. In the clan form is strength and purpose. The oath bond. We serve by choice. We serve the strong so that their strength might shield us. Clans serve by long practice, but practice may change. Dremora have long served Dagon, but not always so. Practice is secure when oath bonds are secure and trust is shared. When oath bonds are weak, there is pain and shame and loss and darkness and great fear. How we think about man. Perhaps you find scamps comic and Vermeil brutish. How then do you imagine we view you humans? You are the prey, we are the huntsmen. The scamps are the hounds, and the Vermeil are the beaters. Your flesh is sweet, and the chase is diverting. As you may sometimes praise the fox or hare, admiring its cunning and speed, and lamenting as the hounds tear its flesh, so do we sometimes admire our prey, and secretly applaud when it cheats our snares or eludes pursuit. But, like all worldly things, you will in time wear and be used up. You age, grow ugly, weak, and foolish. You are always lost, late or soon. Sometimes the prey turns upon us and bites. It is a small thing. When wounded or weary, we fly away to restore. Sometimes a precious thing is lost, but that risk makes the chase all the sweeter. Man's mystery. Man is mortal and doomed to death and failure and loss. This lies beyond our comprehension. Why do you not despair?
Fool's Ebony, Volume 3. Part the 3rd, by Friendships. In the Mages Guild, 1 to 3 days later. Enter Prologue. We are now at the halfway point of our disjointed epic. If you're just arriving, you have missed little. The adventurer, our rogue dark elf, has joined with the quadripartite, that's a triumvirate +1, of priests intent on discovering a burning metal called Fool's Ebony and becoming wealthy. The priests have given our hero some gold for bribing merchants, but the only people who know where the Fool's Ebony is are the mages of the Mages Guild. As the epilogue pointed out at the end of Part the 2th, there's no such thing as Fool's Ebony, and real ebony is not mined. Something our playwright apparently did not research. Well, accept it as high fantasy, if you will, or whatever. Hark! Here comes our hero now. Imagine the miasma, if that's the word I want, of magical elixirs, bubbling cauldrons, hovering balls of sparkling whatnot. And now, Prologue must depart. Enter the adventurer and Shub. Adventurer. Ho! Anyone around? Shub. Over here, young man, in the corner. Adventurer. Morning. Do I call you Shub? Shub. Oh, yes. Shub is my name. Shub it is. How on Tamriel did you know? Adventurer. Can we have some privacy? I have a somewhat delicate matter to discuss. Shub. No need for privacy here, when we mages do not hide anything. Adventurer. Fool's Ebony? Shub. Quick, through that door. Turn right, turn left. Ah, just let me throw a privacy spell around us. Loud zap sounds. Enter Shub. Good. Now, sir. Oh, by the way, meet my fellow mage, Shub. Shub. Shub, now you mention Fool's Ebony. Adventurer. Well, I fancy myself a bit of an expert in ebony. Had quite a bit come and go through my hands in my time. I have, Shub. We notice that you have an ebony amulet, and an ebony katana, of lightning no less, and an ebony belt. Adventurer. Hands off the toys, gentlemen, please. Shub. Forgive us, but we so appreciate such fine items. Shub. Collect them, too. Adventurer. Well, the other day, just by chance, of course, I just happened to hear two priests at the temple of Stendar, I think it was. They were a bit high in their cups. I think a bit loud, and never noticed me standing there. They were going on about this fool's ebony, stuff like the real thing, only no magic at all. None, but it burns like wood, only longer, hotter, no smoke, nice even heat. Shub. Yes, we have heard similar rumors. Seen a bit of that stuff. Lumps from a sack or two that some crazed delver dragged up. That kind of thing. Right, Shub? Shub. Oh, yes, right. That kind of thing. Right. Aside, I must remember to keep the secret, whatever it is. Adventurer. Well, these fool priests seem to talk as if they knew a location for lots. Piles of that stuff. Somewhere up in the Rothgarians. Shub and Shub together. Where? Who? Did they say? How? When? Where? Shub. You didn't let them know you were listening, did you? Adventurer. Of course not. What do you take me for, a priest lover? Shub. Calm yourself, my lord. That's better. Just don't go fiddling with the katana so much. Makes us nervous. Shub. Yes, nervous. Very. Shub. Here, sit down. There. Want some mulled wine? No? Oh well, just have to finish myself. Shub. So they seem to know the location? Aside. This means we have to act fast, quickly, speedily, and with great rapidity. Adventurer. Oh, yes. They were talking like they were going to get a load in a few weeks or so. Shub. Oh, my. Oh, dear me. Oh. Shub. Now then, seems you know a fair amount about this fool's ebony, and you realize the potential. Just think, big warm fires in all our study rooms. Shub and Shub together, selling it to the palace, selling it to those stupid alchemists. The Armorers Guild would be good for a lot. Keep our familiars nice and warm, and our posteriors. Just think how Daedra seducers love a nice warm fire, giving smoldering lumps to the peasants to warm their hovels with, in return for some gold, of course. Shub. Just think of all that gold. Shub. Trouble is, son, we would like to get that stuff by the cartload, bring it down here. Shub. Have some trustworthy merchant. Shub. Put a spell on him. Shub. Have some merchant act as some sort of middleman for us. Adventurer. But then why the delay, gentlemen? Shub. You seem like an honest fellow. We'll tell you. Mind you, you let a word of this, and there will be a fire Daedra in your bed. But no threats between gentlemen, right? Adventurer. Very well. I shall be the very soul of discretion. Shub. You see, we know where the stuff is. Cartloads and cartloads of it, but we can't get there and back. Shub. We're not the outdoorsy types. Shub. Far safer here in town. Shub. Much warmer, too. Shub. Think of all the supplies we'd have to take. Shub. All those nasty things out there. Shub. Did you know that seducers won't come to us in the wilderness? Shub. We'd have to hire guards to keep those awful priests away. Shub. And the strain of dealing with all those coarse types. The merchants. Shub. The armorers. Shub. The royals. Adventurer. I think I comprehend. You want some experienced explorer hero type. Someone used to the wilderness to go get it for you, set up a supply line, so on? Shub. Exactly. And find us a nice, usable merchant. Someone we can control. Shub. With a big warehouse, delivery service, that kind of thing? Adventurer. Well, gentlemen, let me volunteer my services. I have always admired you mage gentlemen. So clever, so sharp. No fooling you in anything, is there? Shub. No fooling us. Enter prologue. Prologue. This, ladies and gentlemen, is irony. Exit prologue. Adventure. Tell you what, I can probably arrange a suitable merchant for you. Take some gold, though. These thieves know the value of a gold piece. As luck would have it, my last gold was swindled off me by a thieving priest in some little town south of here, and I lost a lot of good stuff in a shipwreck just before that. Shub. Well, since you've agreed to help us, we can spare some gold from the treasury, can't we, Shub? Shub. Oh, yes, lots there. Always make more. Adventurer. Now, I do need to know roughly where the site is. Gotta pick the right breed of horse, calculate my supplies to the last drop, figure out what weapons I might need, supplies like food, little things like that, diameter of the cartwheels and square yurts, ambush points for the priests in case they try to get up there. Shub. Tell you what, here's 500 gold. Go get things started. Shub. Yes, we can always make some more. Shub. Aside to Shub. Shut up. Shub fires a spell at Shub that burns him to a cinder and then reconstitutes him. To all. Excuse us, where was I? Oh, get a merchant, guards, carts, whatever you think it will take. Come back if you need more. Shub. But what about those priests? Adventurer. I have an idea or two there. Let me get friendly with them. Maybe hire a couple of good lamppost girls. Lay in a few cases of holy wine. I'll have the meeting out of my hand in no time. And if you show me where this fool's ebony is, why, I can misdirect them. Send them straight into a troll's den or something. Shub. You're the expert. Here, let me show you on a map. And I don't need to mention fire dangers, do I? Adventurer. So, seems to be 30 days there this time of year. Maybe 40 back with the loads. Let me study this a bit more. Shub. Can't take it with you, of course. Don't want this getting out now. Adventurer. Oh, no, that's fine. Look, let me have a bit more gold. Going to need some heavy-duty carts. See here? This section cut by all these washes? The flummox there will be something terrible. Oh, and these ruins, full of ghosts, I bet. And this pass. Just full of willies, too. Shub. If you say so. My, seems that we picked the right man, right? Shub. Oh, yes, indeed. Adventurer. So, why don't I make arrangements, get back to you in, say, a week? Sure that you don't want sure that you don't want to come with me? After all, there's nothing like the wilderness life. Waking up with the sun, shaking off the frost, catching an orc for breakfast. Ever had orc guts fried over stinkwood? Oh, that's a treat. Checking each stream for dead giant spiders or live ones. Imp jerky for lunch, scanning the ridges for dragon lynx, standing guard against the ice danger in a blinding snowstorm. Oh, what a life! Shove and shove together. No, we better stay here at the guild. Got our duties after all. Someone's got to mind the store. Someone's got to get the word out to selected customers. No, thank you, kind sir. It does sound such a lovely life, but I think we'd best be here. Yes, indeed. Adventure. A pity, gentlemen. Well, I'll be about it then, and don't worry if you see me with those priests. Gotta mislead and misdirect them, haven't I? Shub. 1 week, then. Exeunt Shub, the adventurer, and Shub. Enter Epilogue. Epilogue. Shub and Shub, ladies and gentlemen, implausibly retarded mages, yes, but perhaps there's something more to them than the sack suggests. Do you think so? Maybe? Well, if you're not in the theatre for part the fourth, you won't know for certain, will you? Don't forget to tip your wenches, and think on that while we change the set. So endeth part the 3.
hog-ravens, perversions of nature, these things. I'm warning you. Back off.
Did you hear something?
Huh? Huh? Now you're mine! this ends. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Ash spawn attacks my house, and even my steward is assassinated. I've pried open another of Hermaeus Mora's secrets.
Have you found any other black books?
Yes, Hermaeus Mora is devious, but then so am I. Now, it's only a rumor of a whisper of a conjecture, but I think this is the place. Now hurry. That book might contain the final secrets of Xerxes, for all we know.
I examined the Briarheart warrior.
Oh, have you? Well, let me just extract those memories and I'll see if you've found anything useful. I promise that any unrelated memories I run across will be kept in the strictest of confidences. Here, you deserve a bit of a reward for your efforts. That was a lengthy trip for you, I'm sure. There are too many coincidences. There must be someone behind all of my recent troubles. There are too many coincidences. There must be someone behind all of my recent troubles.
What did you learn from the Briarheart?
The connecting soul thread is knotted 3 times. Once for the heart, once for the spirit, and once for the body. The knot gives the connection a strength that may be the key that I've been looking for.
Someone is attacking you.
Yes, I have enemies, legions of them back in Morrowind. However, in this case I have reason to believe it is someone in Solstheim.
I suppose you want me to kill them.
Not yet. That may come later. At first I need to identify the culprit. I've enchanted this ring to find the source of the attacks. Here, take it.
How does the ring work?
Just wear it. It will light up the source when you get close to it. I enchanted the ring with a bit of ash from the last ash spawn attack. It can follow the magical link back to its summoner.
How close do I have to be?
The link is weak, so you'll have to be within about 100 feet of the source.
How do you know you are under attack?
Ash spawn keep appearing. One night, a part of my tower mysteriously withered. Then my steward was killed. You had to find me a replacement. I've even been attacked by dragons. Do I need to go on?
I'm not sure the dragons are about you.
Maybe not. I hear they've been seen over Skyrim too. Even so, there is more than enough evidence that someone is out to get me.
Can I help with your research?
I'm running low on heartstones. If you have any with you, I'll buy one. Otherwise, I can tell you where you might find one.
I have a heartstone.
Excellent. I'll take it. Here, have some septums. Try walking around the grounds with the ring on.
Good day, friend. Keeping well?
My new steward is acceptable. If only he made better tea. Now that my tower is healed, I can finish some of my more delicate experiments.
This heartstone is the source of the attacks.
I've known for decades that heartstones will animate the ash, but it would have to be very close by. Where exactly did you find this heartstone?
It was in Ildari Sarathril's grave.
Ildari? Then it was my own fault. She was my apprentice before Talvis. She volunteered for one of my experiments involving heartstones. It was quite annoying when she died.
Experiment? What did you do to her?
My necropsies of Spriggans led me to believe that a heartstone could be implanted in a person's chest, granting them great power. I was considering replacing my heart with a heartstone. Fortunately, Ildari offered to let me operate on her first. Of course, this was before your Briarheart expedition. Now I know that I did the surgery all wrong.
There wasn't a body in the grave, just the heartstone.
What? That's impossible. Wait, unless she didn't actually die, the heartstone could have kept her right at the edge of life and death. Could it be? Could Ildari still be alive? Could she be my nemesis? Wait a moment, while I cast a more specific divination. I call upon the powers of the sun, moons, and stars. Ildari Sarathril, reveal yourself. She lives. Seek her in High Point Tower. So, Ildari does live, after all. She thought she could hide from me, but she can't. She's holed up in High Point Tower. Go rip that thrice-cursed heartstone from her chest.
Is there a bounty on her then?
Why is it always about money? Yes, I'll find something around here to pay you with. Now go. Be sure to bring back an amusing story.
That's the end of it.
I'll show you a real fight. My blade is thirsting for blood.
I do like it, and if you don't like it, tough.
Move up and move out. Dead bodies always bring scavengers with the 2 and 4 way kind.
Don't even think about it.
Help! Please, help me! Thank you for rescuing me. That witch was gonna kill me soon. I just know it.
Ildari? What can you tell me about her?
We were digging in these mines when she found us. She was hurt so bad, we took pity on her and nursed her back to health. She repaid our kindness by attacking us in the middle of the night. Those of us that didn't die were made prisoners.
What did she do with the prisoners?
Horrible things. Experiments, and worse. I'm the last one. The others are all dead now. If you find her, don't make her end quick.
Where will you go now?
First, I'm gonna leave this place as fast as I can. Then I'm gonna get on the first boat to the mainland. Good luck to you.
You've gone far enough. Neloth is a fool to think he could send some lowlife to finish me off.
Strongholds and cities? Defensible.
You're alive! I hope that bodes ill for Ildari.
Ildari is dead.
Well, well, you have proven to be a more valuable ally than I anticipated. I have a staff for you, but I would also like to make you a member of my household. A member of House Telvanni. No need to thank me. I know you are overwhelmed with gratitude.
What did you learn from the Briarheart?
The connecting soul thread is knotted 3 times. Once for the heart, once for the spirit, and once for the body. The knot gives the connection a strength that may be the key that I've been looking for.
Do you need help with your research?
I suppose that depends. Are you willing to be an experimental subject?
What kind of experiment do you want to do on me?
Oh, nothing too dangerous. It should provide an additional spectral tether from your own life spark to the Adric realm. You would experience it as a sort of increased vigor. You would fight longer, feel stronger, that sort of thing. At least I think it will. Probably. Almost certainly. Of course, you never can tell.
I'd be glad to help.
Now stand still. It's my first time casting this spell, and I don't need any additional distractions. You won't feel a thing, but if you do, try not to scream too loudly. My ears are sensitive. Off you go. If you discover any side effects, come back and tell me straight away. Things have been much calmer since you disposed of Ildari. Well, what are you waiting for? Go get me that book.
I guess I'll watch too. Don't want you dropping dead.
You're home! Hey, I got you something. Hope you like it. Mama! Wow, really? What do you get me? Thanks.
Ildari's Journal, Volume 1, by Ildari Sarathril. The fools have taken me in. Weak, pathetic men intent on looting this ancient fortress with their crude mining. Naya is pleasant enough. I may choose to spare her when the time comes. I'm still weak from Neloth's betrayal. He promised me power and glory. He failed to mention the constant pain and the voices. By the three, I would do anything to not hear the voices. When my strength returns, I will have my vengeance upon my former master. I can feel the power of the Heartstone beating inside me. I need to find a way to tap into its power. Then he shall pay in blood, and fire, and ash. Ildari's Journal, Volume 2, by Ildari Sarathril. I am stronger now. The Heartstone kept me alive after Neloth's butchery. I can feel the bones in the ash calling to me. I can call back to them too. With the Heartstone, I can bind the spirits to bone and ash and raise a servant to do my bidding. Tonight, I will seize control. These miners and fortune seekers are pawns of Neloth. I can feel them staring at me. I'm sure they are sending him messages, reporting on my every move. The only ones I can trust are the voices. They've never lied to me. They've shown me that these fools plan to betray me, just like Neloth. When they are all asleep, I will raise my ash spawn. Their brood of a leader will die first. I can see the lust in his heart. He may act all kind and generous, but I know what he wants, what they all want. They want the Heartstone. I'll keep a few prisoners. I need test subjects for my experiments. There is more that the Heartstone can do. I just need to try out a few ideas. Ildari's Journal, Volume 3, by Ildari Sarathril. These warrens are well suited to me. I can plot my vengeance undisturbed. I've created many ash spawn and summoned Atronachs to do my bidding. Yet I know it isn't enough. Neloth is a wily old wizard. I need more power. I'm out of test subjects, except for Naya. I saved her for last. She pretended to be my friend when I first came here, but now I know the truth. The voices have told me all about her lies and betrayal. She works with Neloth to bring me down. I've saved a special experiment just for her. It will take quite a while to complete. I can't attack Neloth directly. He's too powerful. But I can make his life uncomfortable. I've killed his steward. I've withered his home. Maybe I should poison his precious tea. I'll need a more capable servant for that. The ash spawn are too clumsy for such delicate work.
Crumpled letter. I've heard those fools in the Skull Village agree to give you food and shelter if you protect them from bandits, but did they really give you their best heavy armor as well? You're one sly, lucky bastard. I trust you'll rob them blind before you'll decide to run away into the night with just about everything you can carry. I know I taught you well. Come meet me in my hideout once you're free of those losers. I'm dying to see what heavy armor looks like on you. P.S. You may hide out at that high tower tunnel like we used to. Just make sure to clear the area of ash spawn before you get some sleep. Keep your shields up, brother. Fool's Ebony, Part the Fourth, by Friendships. Mercantile dealings. The armors involve themselves. After some general discussion and verbal dancing around, finally the topic of Fool's Ebony is explored. Somewhere near the market in the back of the store called Nephron's General Mercantile. The day after. Enter Prologue, the Adventurer, and Nephron. Prologue. Whilst the actors playing the adventurer and the merchant Nephron dramatically move their mouths to pantomime a conversation, it's on poor Prologue's shoulders to update the audience on the play's actions in its first 3 acts. The adventurer, a rogue of a dark elf, has been hired by 2 different groups, 4 inebriated priests and 2 greedy mages, to delay the other group and find the lost cache of Fool's Ebony in the Rothgarian Mountains. Now, picture this clownishly decorated set as the back room of a prosperous merchant's shop, and before the adventurer and Nephron develop lockjaw, Prologue will leave you thus. Adventurer, so you see, friend Nephron, just what an opportunity we have here. We have this new commodity for which you agree there will be a huge demand. Nephron, especially from the royals. Once one of them is something new, they all want it, of course. Adventurer, and do not forget the armorers for their forges and the alchemists for their retorts and whatnots. Nephron. You seem to have the mages lined up nicely. Got their location, memorized the access map, and so on. You know, we merchants have had a suspicion for quite some time that those old twits had some deep, dark secret of interest to us. Now the priests, the School of Julianos. School of Julianos we already work well with. Hand and glove, you might say. But of course we shall cut them out of the major profits. Maybe let them distribute some to their flocks. And their temples make good. And their temples make good, how can I say, storehouses? But the Akatosh Chantry is a problem. Always running off and doing things on their own initiative. No cooperation, just crazy people. We really need to do something about them to, ensure their cooperation. Adventure. I have a suggestion that might help. You recall how old Common left and apparently dragged off some little blonde lamppost girl? Just suppose that by chance, in his state of befuddlement, he dragged off someone important by mistake. Might be a lot of trouble for the Chantry if word got out. Nephron. Indeed, there's this silly little blonde royal who's all excited by the real life down in his part of town. Disguises herself, or so she thinks. Comes on down here and plays at being poor. Stupid little twit. Common is still hiding with his blonde, right? Adventurer. Yes, in that retreat the priests have down near the waterfront. Nephron. Oh, yes, I know that place. Often sell them some spiritual powders and so on. Good. You see, just imagine what would happen if Common by mistake had grabbed this slumming little Contessa. Akatosh Chantry would have no end of trouble from the palace if something nasty happened to her. And then we could move in, offer to help the Chantry during their hard times. Yes, leave it to me. I shall contact a few of my business associates, as it were, make some arrangements. Adventurer, and I'll keep up chatting with the priests, get them to support our little business venture. Nephron. Right. And I should introduce you to some of the more senior members of our brotherhood. Excuse me, guild. Let me contact you in a few days when everything's all set. You're here every evening? Adventurer. Yes, not particularly safe outside after dark these days. Nephron, I see. We'll have to arrange some protection for you. Well, in a few days, then. Exit Nephron inconspicuously. Enter 5 armorers. Armorers and the adventurer fight. The adventurer falls. The armorers tie the adventurer up and then wake him up. Armorer 1. Okay, fellow, let's not sprig and foot about. We know about this fool's ebony thing. And about the mages who apparently discovered the location. And we've been watching you dance around with the priests, the mages, the merchants, just about everyone with 2 feet. Armorer 2. And how you're really working with Nephron. Armorer 3. And how you are double-crossing the priests and mages. Armorer 2. You and Nephron are really doing a good job on the Akatosh Chantry, we must admit. Armorer 1. But now, we want that fool's ebony supply. We need it to increase our production, our quality, and our prices. We can work with Nephron and his gang, but we need warehouses and distribution anyway. Armor 4. We could torture it out of you. Armor 3. We could let the priests know about your plans. They'd throw you to the After Dark Society in a flash. Armor 5. We could let the mages know. They'd send you to oblivion for a very, very long time. Armorer 1. But we'd rather you joined our guild. We cannot afford to leave Daggerfall for some hairy wilderness trip. Too much demand these days for our services. Armorer 2. We can send a group of our apprentices along to keep you company. Armorer 4. Our apprentices usually test all our products, and we'll be just itching to test them out there. Adventure. Gentlemen, please. I really was going to give this whole deal to you once I'd gotten gold from everyone else. Armorer 5 slaps the adventurer with a hot poker. Oh, well, I thought of it. Armorer 5. Sure, and I'm a nymph. Adventurer. Yes, you are very persuasive. I would welcome an, escort, a guard of such tough gentlemen. Be very handy out there. Armorer 1. Good. thought you would see it our way. Some of our other members are presently having a little chat with Nephron. We can handle him. And from now on, 2 of our biggest apprentices will always be close at hand. Protection, of course. This town can be quite dangerous at night. Armor 3. So continue with your arrangements. Work with Nephron. You can always leave word about your departure late with any weapon shop. And about any problems you may have. Adventurer. Certainly, gentlemen. Yes, you are indeed very persuasive. I shall keep you up to date. And, thanks for the protection. Enter Ortho, the very large apprentice. The adventurer is untied. Exeunt 5 armors. Adventurer. Hello. Who are you? Ortho. Me am Ortho. Adventurer. My protection? Ortho. Me am Ortho. Adventurer. You look very familiar to me for some reason. Have you ever been to Morrowind? Ortho. Me am Ortho. Adventurer. Fine then. Aside. My own man used to say the very worst thing that can happen to a fellow is an evening spent in the company of an earnest politician. This, I think, is a close second. Exeunt the adventurer and Ortho. Enter epilogue. Epilogue. Our play has 6 parts, and we've just finished the 4th. It's interesting, I think, that the lusty Contessa has not made an appearance yet. You don't suppose our playwright forgot to put her in the dramatis personae, do you? Well, you'll only know if you come back for the Fool's Ebony part the 5th. And if your neighbor decides not to return, don't tell him what happened. We actors have to make a living too, you know. Don't forget to tip your wenches while we change the scene. Exit epilogue. So endeth part the 4th.
This is becoming a habit for you. Gods, I really need to kiss you.
You're a bit pale. Need a drink? Come on, take a few sips from me, my love.